I was evicted from the house. I'm here now to answer some questions for you live feeders. How are you feeling at this moment? Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I had a good time. I went 86 days, and I thought it was a great time. And you know, it's a lot of emotions up and down, but you know, I'm feeling great. I'm having a good time, and I think the summer went good, and I got along with everybody, and I'm feeling pretty good. The next one. Tell us what happened. Why do you think you are here right now? I think I'm here right now because I was evicted, number one. Number two is, you know, sometimes it's hard to communicate, and, you know, they've been together in an alliance. They had Paul, Josh, and Christmas, and I think I went as far as I could without winning any comps, because that's important. The social game takes you to a certain level, and you have to win some comps, and I wasn't able to, so that's why I think I'm here right now. Do you feel most betrayed by? Who do you feel most betrayed by? I really don't. I don't have that type of animosity. I don't feel anyone betrayed. It's a game. Everyone's there to try to win. I personally am not that type of person who feel like, oh, Paul betrayed me or Josh betrayed me, Chris betrayed me. They want to win. They don't want to go into the jury vote with someone who everyone gets along with in the jury. So I feel it was a good move on their part. I don't feel any animosity or betrayed by anybody at all. Maybe my physical skills. That's what I'm mad about. What was your game plan going into the season? Well, this is a good question. I'm glad this was asked. My game plan was to come out here and show how physically fit I was, but I believe that was in 1986, so I missed that one. So then I had to change my game to a social game. So when I tried to come in, I walked through the door and I met, 12 of the other house guests were 30 and under. So my age difference was a big deal. So I had to socialize and work my social game the best I could to try to make them not notice me or make me a target early. So I tried to do that, and I think it worked. And you have to win some events, some comps, and I wasn't able to. So that's what I feel my plan was. I changed it. I think my social game was left in Logan Airport in a luggage. Who was your strongest ally in the house? That's no question. Paul was my strongest ally. He helped me to get to number 4. And he is still my strongest ally and still my friend. All of them are my friends. But Paul and me were definitely the strongest allies. Definitely, in my opinion. And he has to do what he has to do to win. So he doesn't want to carry me. And Andy explained to me that he thinks all the people in the jury like me. So he doesn't want to go up me against Paul in the final 2 and even have a chance. Or not a chance. Whichever way you want to look at it. Okay. Talk about your experience this summer. What will you take away from living in the Big Brother house? I would take away that I cannot wait to live with my kids, and I used to yell at them all the time. Not no more. I would take that. I think the biggest thing I learned was being with so many people younger than you. Initially, you thought they were going to come in and it wasn't going to be fun, or they would have attitudes. And they're really good kids. Most of them, almost all of them, were just really good, and we got along, and you learn from them, they learn from me, and, you learn that, you have to be out there and you have to be on your own. It gets difficult. And, some of them are 23 years old, 21 years old. So if I think it's hard for me, it's going to really be difficult for them. Because they had to get along with me, too. And I'm older than their parents. So I think I learned that. And I think it was a great summer. I think, BB, we had a great time. Next one. What will you do with the $25,000 you earned? I don't think I have a choice with that. Probably Olivia's already got that spent. So I would say when you have 6 daughters, I would say the $25,000 will definitely go to my wife and my kids, and they'll decide what they want to do with it. I don't think I have a choice with that. I've been here for so long now that when I get home, they probably won't even stay. They'll take the money and leave. They'll be on vacation. What was the biggest move you made to get yourself to the Final Four this season? I think the biggest move I made was just being social and getting along with everybody and being quiet, eventually being quiet. I did have one little breakdown, but we won't discuss that right now. But I would say being quiet and aligning with Paul, who's an excellent player, probably the best player in the house. Who do you want to see go far in the game? Well, where as far as we're going to go, there's 3 people. I'm really happy those 3 are there, and I mean it. Everyone may think I have a problem with Josh. I have no problem with Josh. He's 23 years old. He's young. He's immature. He cries if the weather changes. How am I going to yell at Josh? You know what I mean? If the weather changes, he cries. So I knew today that the weather didn't change because we didn't see no weather, that I was in trouble. So I wanted to see Christmas, Paul, and Josh, and maybe Jason. That's the only disappointment was Jason. Who do you think is running the house? That's clear. Paul's running the house. It's not even a question. That's what I think. But, hey, I don't know. I could be wrong. But I think Paul's running the house. Anybody who gets his back scratched, gets food made for him, gets everything done while I'm sitting down in my corner, he's running the house, not me, that's for sure. Who was flying under the radar? Well, apparently they said I was. I don't know how anyone 50, my age, flies under the radar. But I would say right now, who's flying under the radar? If you look at it, Josh in Christmas only won comps like a golf ball and Lucky Things. I would say, I don't want to say any of the three of them are flying under the radar. They're all doing excellent. My opinion, they were really tough. I don't think any one of them are flying under the radar. I think they're going to have to prove themselves now. If they were flying under the radar, it's coming to an end. Would you do anything different if you could do it all over again? That's a really good question, too. These are excellent questions, by the way, Live Feeders. Thank you. I'd say, yeah, I would probably focus more on the social skills, and I would probably, on some of the comps where we had a team, quote-unquote, working together, I would say no, and I would go out and do the best I can and see how things worked out there. But anything else I would do different, no. I did the best I could with what I had, with my ability, or the lack thereof, and my social game, which I used to the best of my ability, which got me to where I was. So, no, I wouldn't change anything. I had a great time, a really good time. Maybe show a movie once a week. What are you looking the most forward to doing after finale night? It's just getting to meet all the house guests outside of the house, and meeting the producers and all the people who had stuff to do with the show and helped out, and they were part of the whole production. It was a great time, and meeting the other house guests where they don't have mics on, where they don't have to be worried, where they can actually be themselves. Because a couple of them, I would say, why are you doing that? And they would turn to me and say, this is Big Brother. Well, I realize it's Big Brother. So they were just putting on an act in that way. And I would like to see what they're like outside of the Big Brother house. So we'll see. It should be fun. Final question. Any last words for your fans? Yes, thank you so much for watching, tuning in, and having a good time. I hope everyone was entertained. We tried to do the best you could. Everyone had different aspects and different strategies for their game. So you have to respect everyone's game, please. If anyone enjoyed the way I played the game, which I knew what I was doing the whole time. I was trying to wink at the camera at night like this, and I was taking signs and trying to put things up, but apparently I don't know if they got it. But I knew what was going on the whole time. I don't want anyone to feel bad. I made it to the top 4. I want to say hi to my girls and then my son and my wife and everyone, and tell them I knew what I was doing the whole time, guys. But, so didn't know what I was doing, and it wasn't that dad was being picked on. I knew what was going on. Everything was fine. And the fans out there, I just want to say I hope it was entertaining. Hope you enjoyed it. And everyone, make sure you tune in for the final night to watch and see who wins. I'm not going to tell you who I think is going to win, but just stay and tune in and watch the show. It should be fun. And thank you to everyone in the BB Productions. I had a great time. Thank you, Live Feeders. We had a great time. Bye-bye.